after deducting also whatever commitment that the company has. Okay, let's say the company have commitment on the preference shares, so they have to pay dividend first of all to the preference shares. Now, do you know the difference between preference shares and ordinary shares, class? Do you know what's the difference? Do you know the difference, class? Do you know the difference? Class, do you know what's the difference between preference shares? Do you know that you have more than one type of shares? Do you know about that?
I don't.
Huh? Do you know? Okay, so you know that we have preference shares, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so whenever you have a preference shares, dia ada percentage dekat depan preference shares tu. So that percentage is actually referring to the dividend. So some sort like it is a very special shares, okay, where the shareholders of the preference shares of the company, dia akan dapat dividend based on the percentage yang kat depan tu every year. So meaning the company committed to pay the amount of dividend based on the percentage in front of the preference shares too. So these earnings, okay, it is actually for you to minus dulu dengan preference shares, meaning all the commitments, okay, you ambil profit after taxation and then you minus all the preference shares punya dividend and then you divide it by the number of shares. Okay, so that will be a very simple calculation on the earnings per share. Okay, then let us look at on the next slide where on this, tak cantik pula kalau 100%. Okay, look at here. Okay, on the learning objectives for today. First of all, you are to define basic earnings per share. Okay, then you have to calculate EPS. Okay, with a bonus issue. When there is a bonus issue, how are you going to calculate the EPS? Do you know what does it mean by bonus issue, class? Do you know about bonus issue? Any question? Do you know about bonus issue?
Not really, madam.
Oh, you do not know about bonus issue. Okay, bonus issue, it is something that the company provide ataupun company bagi pada shareholders. So the company give the shareholders an extra shares. Okay, so that shares yang extra tu we call it as a bonus issue. So the company, the shareholders, dia tak payah beli lagi shares tu, but dia punya number of shares increase because of the bonus issue. Do you understand now? Do you understand? So at the end of the year, the accounting year, instead of declare dividend, okay, the company declared a bonus issue. So therefore, katalah before this, you are the shareholders of one company, you are the 100 number of shares, but at the end of the year, they do not declare any dividend, but then they will give you an extra 50. So meaning now you hold not 100 shares, but you are holding 150 number of shares. So that is what they call as a bonus issue. Okay, that one, it is for you to calculate later. We will do it together. And then you are to calculate EPS with an issue at full market value during the year. Now what happened, okay, we have a full year, which is exactly or usually it is 12 months. But what happened when you have issuance in the middle of the accounting year? Okay, so what happened then? What you should do? Tiba-tiba you ada issuance dekat tengah-tengah. Let's say the accounting period started from January to December, but you have a new issuance March ataupun June. So because of the calculation of the EPS is you divided it with the number of shares. So that number of shares, okay, so that the number of shares you kena do something lah because dia tiba-tiba berubah. Macam mana kita buat accruals and prepayments. Kan tiba-tiba patutnya kena bayar full in 1 year but you do not pay the interest, let's say interest lah, but you do not pay the interest in full for 1 year. So it is accruals. Ataupun you bayar cepat, something like that. But this one, it is talking about the number of shares here. And then calculate EPS with the right issue during the year. Okay, do you understand about right issue, class? You understand about, do you know about right issue, class? Do you know about right issue? Do you know about right issue, class?
Yes, madam.
Okay, so what is it, right issue then? What is it?
Additional, it's a invitation to existing shareholder.
Additional shares to the existing shareholders, and then apa beza dia dengan bonus issue? What is the difference between bonus issue and right issue? Yes, I agree. It is an extra shares offered to the existing shareholders. But what is the difference? Kalau tadi pun sama juga bonus issue, it is an extra shares ataupun additional shares offered to the also to the shareholders, to the existing shareholders. But what is the difference between bonus issue and right issue? What is the difference then?
Issue, right issue.
To existing share.
Existing?
Share.
Yes, both is both for existing shareholders. But what's the difference between bonus issue and right issue?
Bonus issue, dia bagi je. Kalau right issue, dia shareholder kena beli. Bukanlah dia beri pilihan untuk beli, tapi in the below daripada market price.
Very good. Right, that would be the difference. If the bonus issue, okay, you do not have to pay, the existing shareholders will not have to pay anything because there will be an increase to their number of shares. But for the right issue, it is an offer to the existing shareholders. But now the company is offering the existing shareholders with the shares issuance, but at the lower, at the price which is lower than the market price. Very good. Okay, then also I think it will be very good then. Okay, because all of you got it on the track, the bonus, the right issue. So now it is just for us to focus on how to calculate the EPS. And then explain the importance of EPS as a stock market indicator. So this is very important. Okay, so you need to look at why do you need to calculate EPS? Macam yang dalam you punya assignment. Why do you have to calculate EPS? Okay, why? Because you are actually working on behalf of the investor. So as an investor, they want to look at on the earnings per share. If let's say they want to invest, how much in the future they will get. So they will refer to the earnings per share then. And then explain why the trend in EPS may be a more accurate indicator of performance than a company's profit trend. So that's why if you look at here, okay, they are looking at on the behalf on the perspective of the investor. So investor, they are not looking at the company's profit actually. Okay, not just to look at the company's profit, but they are also looking at on the earnings per share. Why? Because they want to know what they will get in return later. Itu yang dia nak tahu sebab dia investor. Okay, and then explain the limitation of EPS as a performance measure. So whatever it is, whatever ratio you have, there must be some kind of limitation. So that's what you did in your assignment later. Okay, may I ask, do you have any other assignment after this? No, right? For your year 2 ni, ada tak assignment lagi?
Ada satu lagi, madam.
Oh, meaning my assignment is the last assignment lah, the second last lah. What assignment is it?
Economy. And
economy.
This week and next week we have to submit costing assignment.
Bukan costing ada extra class ke next week?
Tapi kena hantar assignment juga.
Tapi next week your reading week kan? Next we will not have any class. Why? Because rest lah, kesian. I heard from Madam Aida Salina, you baru submit dia punya assignment, and then followed by my assignment. Am I right?
Yes, madam.
So dia call I, dia bagi tahu. Okay, never mind. Then let us proceed with the EPS then. So introduction. EPS is widely regarded as the most important indicator of a company performance. Now, as an investor, what they are looking at, they want to look at on the performance of the company, but not just on the company's profit, but on the EPS, on the earnings. Okay, like I mentioned just now, they want to know how much they will earn, okay, based on their number of shares. So it is important that users of the financial statement are able to compare the EPS of different entities. So we need to look at on the EPS of the different entities. So this is what you should do in your assignment. Okay, if let's say you come up with Nike last time ataupun Adidas in the to give evidence on the difference on the I think industry highly profitable. If let's say you come up with that, okay, at the end of the recommendation too, what you can say that if let's say you are not recommended your friend to invest in the same boat, so what you should do is to calculate EPS, okay, on the Nike, and then you maybe you recommend that things, so then you will get more marks, okay, and are able to compare the EPS of the same entity in different accounting periods. Okay, in your assignment, okay, the EPS itself it is decreasing. Am I right? If you still remember, berapa sen dah dia decrease kan? 7.53 dengan 7. I can't remember, but 49 kot, something like that. Okay. So you need to compare if there is any increase or decrease. So that is interpretation. You must understand that is interpretation. Whenever you said that it is increase or decrease, that is how you interpret. But then you have to explain on the, I'm talking about final examination, yeah. I'm talking, but then after that, what you need to do is to explain. So when you want to explain, like for example, the earnings per share, you explain what happened to the earnings if you compare companies, what happened to the earnings if to the shares, number of shares if you compare with the companies. So for the instant board, I can see that for the EPS, okay, the profit after taxation is different for 2019 and 2018, as well as the number of shares also decreasing ke increasing, something like that. So that is what you should do to explain on the component. That is what I mean by component earnings and also on the shares. So that's what you will do, okay, in the final exam later. So you will have to explain also. So that what you will need to explain, okay. And then you can cakap lah, why is it decreasing? Okay, if let's say the earnings is decreasing, why is it decreasing? Maybe the company spend too much on expenses. So that's why, or taxation is increasing because you akan ambil profit after taxation. Okay, and then why is number of shares is increasing? Maybe now the company macam Insimbel contohnya, kenapa dia increasing? Because in the year 2019, the company dah bayar banyak, meaning the company is not dependent, have not dependent on the loan, but then they issue more shares, okay, for shareholders to invest in their company, contohnya. So that's what you should do and that's what you should explain. Interpret, it is to tell their users it is increase or decrease. After that, explain why is it increase, why is it decrease. For the components, the denominator and also the denominator. Okay, so that's what you will do. Now let's look at here. Okay, if you look at here, you can see that it is talking about comparability here. Okay, this is the ratio. So IAS 33 achieves comparability by defining earnings. Okay, remember I mentioned earlier, the earnings here is profit after taxation, And then you should also minus any preference dividends, meaning you should minus whatever commitment that the company must settle before they can provide before they can provide earnings ataupun return to the shareholders. Okay, so prescribing methods for determining the number of shares to be included in the calculation of EPS. So this one is we have several methods. Methods yang when the company ada bonus issue, when the company ada issuance in the middle of the year, or when the company ada issue when with the right issue. And then how to present it and how to disclose it in the financial statement. So that will be the comparability things, okay? And then the scope of IAS 33, IAS 33 applies to entities whose ordinary shares are publicly traded. So only shares for the small medium industries ataupun SMEs, they will not have to calculate EPS, okay? But this one EPS, it is only for the company in the Bursa Malaysia. If in our country, kalau dekat island, it will be in the island punya stock exchange lah. So publicly traded entities which present both parent and consolidated financial statements are only required to present EPS based on the consolidated figures. So you all know, right, what does it mean by consolidated? Okay, consolidated meaning they have subsidiaries, okay, meaning they have major shares dekat dalam subsidiaries, but they need to come out only with one EPS then, okay. So how to calculate EPS? This is what I mentioned just now. You have earnings divided by shares. So you should express per share to 1 decimal places only, okay, in cents, okay. And then on the earnings here, it is profit after tax. And then you need to less any non-controlling interest, irredeemable preference shares dividends. For the shares here, you will have to calculate weighted average number of shares, okay, if let's say it affected during the year. So that's what will be the difference between your INSEAD board calculation and also for today's calculation. Okay, I'm quite sure you are very good. Accounting students memang very good on the calculation, but when you have a report to do something like that, then it will be a problem to accounting students. Itu selalunya yang berlaku. Okay, now let us look at on the issue at full market value. Look at here. A company issued 200,000 shares at a full market price 3 on 1st July 2008. So you can see that, okay, the company ada 200,000 shares at a market price of 3 ringgit at 3. This is dated on the 1st of July 2008. Now, additional information, profit attributable to the ordinary shareholder for the year ending 31st December 2008. We can see that 31st December 2008 is the accounting period. So meaning the accounting period for the company, it is January to December. And we have profit, okay? We have profit at 31st December 2008, 550,000, okay? And also you have profit at 31st December 2007, okay, at 460,000. Okay, the number of ordinary shares in issue at 31st December 2008 was 1 million. So for 2008, we are talking about number of ordinary shares, number of shares. Okay, as at 31st December 2008, you have 1 million. Okay, and then as at 31st December 2007, you have 800,000. Meaning there is an increase. There is an increase in the year 2008 then for 800,000. From 800,000 to 1,000 during the year. So they ask you to calculate the EPS for each year. So this one is very easy then. You just need to take the EPS and divide it by the number of ordinary share. So can you calculate for me, class? Can you calculate for me?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Calculate for me for 2007 dulu.
Madam, ada kawan saya nak masuk.
Wait. Okay. So how much do you get for 2007? How much do you get your EPS?
0.575.
0.575. Okay. Calculate for 2008 then. Okay, how much is for 2008 then? How much is for 2008? 0.55. Okay, now look at on the answer. Okay. Remember, okay, tadi you cakap 0.575 for EPS 2007, am I right? But remember, you have to multiply with 100 to get yang ni dia cakap. EPS should be expressed as cents per share to 1 decimal places. So kalau you jawab 0.575, you have to deduct marks. Do you understand? Do you understand, class? Do you understand, class?
Yes, madam.
Okay. And then on the EPS 2008, okay, because of, you see here, this is what I meant. A company issued 200,000, tak apa, you make mistakes. I memang suruh you calculate to get the mistakes. Okay. There is an increase of the number of shares by 200 for the accounting period 2008. Why? Because at the middle of the accounting year, which is on July, okay, they issue lagi 200,000. So just now, what you did is to have your 550,000 divided dengan 1 million. Am I right? Am I right, class? That what you did just now? Right, class?
Yes, madam.
So that will be wrong. Why? Because according to the standard, okay, you have to calculate weighted average number of ordinary share. If there is new issuance during the accounting period. Okay, so how to do that? Okay, so this will be the answer then. So from for the 2008, from January to buat issue berapa? 1 July. From January to July, okay, to June lah ni sebenarnya. The number of shares is 800,000. So January to July to June 6/12. So you have to do weighted average here. So from 800,000 dia jadi 400,000 to 31st December 1 million dia jadi 500,000. So therefore the number of shares in EPS calculation is 900,000. So you cannot take 55 tadi kan kalau you kira yang you make mistakes just now. So what happened? Okay, you will have to calculate 550,000, you divide it by 900,000, the weighted average here. So this will be 61.1 cents. Since the 200,000 shares have only generated additional resources towards earnings or profits for half a year, the number of new shares is adjusted proportionately. So this is what I mean, okay? what you need to do is to explain later there is an increase in the earnings and then there is a new issuance during the accounting period. But as for instant vote, okay, for instant vote your assignment, sebab the assignment does not mention bila dia buat issuance tu, so in our assumption the issuance is at the beginning of the year. So that's why you do not have to go to do weighted average here. Do you understand what I'm saying here, class? Do you understand?
Yes, madam.
Okay, good. Now let us try this one. So try this question. Look at on that question. I'm giving you time and then try this question. Look at on the accounting period. That one is very important. Okay, anyone would like to try? Anyone?
Madam, saya dapat 38.1 sen.
3 point? Can you show me?
38.
Can you show me your calculation?
Tak, saya tak buat. Saya just kira calculator je.
Okay, calculator. Okay, can you tell me how you do it? And then I tulis dekat sini so that others can also calculate with me. Tengok your friend buat ni betul ataupun tidak
Okay, boleh.
So this is a learning process lah. Kalau I letak dekat kena letak kat sini juga macam mana tak muat. Okay, first of all, okay, Gerard's earnings for the year 31st December 2004 is 2208. 1st January 2004, the issued share capital was 8280 million. and then the company issued another 3312 at 30th June 2004. So how to do this? So you have to take the earnings and then divide it with the number of shares, right? But now the
Yes.
number of shares is increasing, okay? Because they issued the new shares as at 30th June 2004. So first of all, what you need to do, it is for you to calculate as per mentioned by the mentioned by the earning the standard. You have to calculate weighted average number of ordinary shares. Sebab in the middle of the accounting year, which is on the 30th June, they issued shares yang baru. So what you need to do next is you are to calculate here. So the workings here, it is for the weighted average number of shares that you have to do, which is this one. Am I right?
Yes,
Alright.
madam.
Okay. So now let us do it together. Okay, you tell me what you did just now with your workings.
Untuk weighted tu saya yang 8,280,000 shares tu saya kali
Okay.
dengan 6/12 sebabnya dia 1 Januari sampai akhir bulan 6, 30 Jun sebab dia issue kira sampai kira 29 hari bulan Jun tu share tu masih 8,280,000 lah.
Kiranya at 30th June 2004, you calculated the 280, the number of shares, and then you multiply. Just now you said you times with 6/12, right?
Yes.
Because of nampak ke tak nampak all of you?
Nampak.
Nampak, madam.
So as at 30th June just now, 30th June 2004, okay, you can see that you have berapa tadi? 8,280 million, and then you multiply with 6/12. Just now your friend said that the 6/12 it is because at the beginning of the year sampailah ke tarikh 30th June, okay, the company still has 8,280 billion number of shares, right? So how much then? How much?
4140.
11. How do you get 11, my dear? It is 4140. Yang ni I letak million kan, ada yang tak faham pula. Better I put it in million. Okay. So it is 4140 million, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then what do you got next?
1 Julai
From 1st July sampai from 1st July sampai ke December lah, right?
Yes.
Okay, because they have, okay, so meaning as at 31st December 2004, how to calculate then?
3312 tu times dengan 6/12 juga.
All of you, do you agree? All of you, do you agree?
No,
No, why is it? Why is it?
Because 3312 we have to add with the 8280.
Yes, the 3312 tadi tu you have to add with the 8210. Ini dia increase by. Do you understand, boy? This is the increase. Good, because you make mistakes. Okay?
Kena ambil total.
Can ambil total because at the end of the year, the number of shares is increasing by 3312. So jadi berapa now? How much then? The number of shares?
115
590.
520.
520?
92
million. Then you have to multiply with
6/12.
6/12 also. So you will get how much then?
5796.
5796 million. So can you now calculate the total number of ordinary shares yang you ada? Can you now calculate the total number of ordinary shares?
9936.
9936.
36.
So it is very similar to this one. Cuma beza dengan soalan yang ni, dia dah bagi tahu dah, dia tak bagi tahu increase by berapa, tapi dia mention only the question in the example 31st December was 1 million 2008, 31st December 2007 it is 800,000. So yang ni you do not have to total up. Why? Because they have already total up it for you, meaning there is an increase because there is an issuance during the year. But for this question, okay, so that's why yang ni buat macam ni je terus. That's why in the next question pula, okay, the question yang kita try ni, dia tak bagi tahu directly how much is the number of shares at the end of the year, but they told us that the company issued another 3312 shares at a full market value on 30th June 2004. So this is what you will do. So you have to read question carefully. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes,
Yes,
madam.
madam.
So can you now calculate the EPS?
Yes.
How much is the EPS then?
38.1 cents.
38? How do you get 38?
Earning
Okay, so the EPS, what you have is 2208, am I right? 2208 million, right? And then you need to divide with the number of ordinary shares. Berapa tadi? 9936, your friend just said just now. Right? So how much do you get it?
22.22.
Huh?
0.22.
No, you cannot answer 0.22. Remember? Tadi ada kawan you answer 0.22, I tak bagi jawab 0.22. Because the standard it is 22.2. Must be in cents. Okay? And then must be 1 decimal places. Do you get it? Do you get it, class? Because this is what the standards wants you to do. So if you go back here, you can see that this is what they mentioned on the EPS. They said that it should be expressed as a cents, okay, and it should be 1 decimal places. Okay, so meaning you have to multiply by 100, by 100, and then only take 1 decimal places. Okay? Okay for now? Do you understand?
Okay,
Yes,
madam.
madam.
Okay. Now let us proceed with the next one. Bonus issue. Okay. Bonus issue, it is very similar. Not very similar, but then the bonus issue like we defined earlier just now. Bonus issue, it is an extra shares to the existing shareholders. Okay? Or capitalization issue or scrip issue, dia kata. Does not provide additional resources to the issuer. Okay, issuer is the company. Means that the shareholder owns the same proportion of the business before and after the issue. Now, even though the number of ordinary shares is increasing, but on behalf of the shareholders, the percentage owing to is still the same. Okay? Okay, in example macam ni, tell me if you do not understand. You have the bonus issue shares. Okay, look at here. Mr. A, they owns 5,000 shares in company B, which has an issued share capital of 100,000. So, if you take, ini dia punya existing shareholders. Kalau you tengok, dia ambil 5,000, they divide it with 100,000. Okay, they will get 5% of company B. Meaning dia adalah minority shareholders with 5% shares that they own to the company B ni. Then company B, they makes 1-for-1 bonus issue, meaning if you hold 5,000 shares, you get another 5,000. So 5,000 plus 5,000, that's why now Mr. A got 10,000 shares. There is an increase in the number of shares, but the percentage holding the company, the percentage you hold the company to, is still the same 5%. Macam mana dapat 5%? Because of before this, the company ada 100,000 number of shares. Because of they offered bonus issue, now the company has 200,000 shares. Do you understand? And because of that, what you have here, okay, bahagikan 10,000 divided by 200,000. So meaning Mr. A still own only 5% of the company. So even though there is an increase in the number of shares, but the holding percentage is still the same. Do you understand? Do you understand this one, class? It does not make it does not make any difference. So this is what they mean. The proportion of the business before and after the issue is still the same. This is on behalf of the shareholders. The number of shares only increasing. Okay? Tapi dia untung lah later if let's say the dividend later declared the next year. Selalunya company dia keluarkan bonus issue ni sebab dia tak nak bayar dividend. But if let's say next year pula dia keluarkan dividend akan ikut per share. So per share akan dapatlah dividend dia on the number of shares tu. Okay? Okay, class?
Okay, madam.
Okay, madam.
Then let us look at on the bonus issue. The shares issued as a result of the bonus issues are deemed to have been issued at the start of the year. Selalunya lah, they will declare bonus issue at the start of the year, regardless of the actual date when the bonus issue took place. Okay. To ensure that the EPS for the year of the bonus issue remains comparable with the EPS of previous years, comparative figures for earlier years are restated using the same increase figure. So now, there is a special issue under this standard. Okay, because of last year tak ada bonus issue, but suddenly this year you have a bonus issue. When you want to make comparison, therefore you must make some kind of adjustment to the EPS last year. Supaya EPS last year tu will be comparable to this year yang dia ada bonus issue. So that's why here they said that they want to restate the bonus issue so that the amount for EPS is comparable. Do you understand? So ini adalah I think a new calculation for you. So let us look at on the calculation here. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying just now? You kena restated. Tadi kita tengok restated. Kita restated dia macam mana. A company made a bonus issue of 1 new share for every existing shareholders. So, okay, what you need to do, okay, you need to look at on the bonus issue punya. So, they will take 5, okay, for every 5 held, they will get 1 bonus issue. That one is declared on the 1st of July 2008. Additional information, profit attributable to the ordinary shareholders for the year ending 31st December 2008 was 550,000. So this one, profit as at 31st December 2008, you have 550,000. But for last year, as at 31st December 2007, you have 460,000. Now, because of the standard said so, okay, you have to, when you want to make the EPS comparable, you have to restate the 2007 punya EPS. Okay, so that is what they meant. That's why the question provide you also the last year's punya figure. So the number of ordinary shares in issue, okay, So you have the number of ordinary shares, share capital. Okay, as at 31st December 2008 is equivalent to 1.2 million. So macam mana dapat 1.2 million? Okay, as at 31st December 2007 dia ada 1,000, but they declared 1,000, 1 million. Dia yang tak faham I sebut 1,000. 1 million number of shares tapi di issue for every 5. So meaning divided by 5, the bonus issue is 200,000. That's why at the end of the year 2008 you have 1,200 here. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Do you understand?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So as at 31st December 2007, you have 1 million. Okay. And because of the bonus issue, as at 31st December 2008, your number of shares increased to 1,000. Increased to 1.2 million. So the 200,000 here, it is referring to the bonus issue. Now, calculate the EPS in 2008 account. So because of we want to make it comparable, okay, like the question mentioned, so first of all, you need to calculate EPS 2007 dulu. Even though the question wants you to calculate EPS for 2008. So to calculate EPS for 2007, what you have is profit for 2007, which is 460,000. You need to divide with 1 million. Okay. So 460,000, you divide with 1 million, where you will get 46 cents. This is EPS before the bonus issue. But in 2008, there is a bonus issue. So here, you need to restate it balik the EPS here to make it comparable. Like what the question mentioned, the standard mentioned, you have to restate it to make it comparable. So how to calculate that one? That will be restated EPS, okay? So you have to take 46 cents here. Okay, so you have the restated amount. You have the 46 cents, okay? Then you need to multiply with 5/6. This is the ratio. This is the ratio of the bonus issue as at 2007. So 5, it is the ratio for the bonus issue. This is the existing shares, 5. Now the shares become 5 plus 1, which is 6. So 5 over by 6. Therefore, you will get 38.46. So therefore, you will get 38.3 cents. So this is the restated amount. So you cannot compare 46, but you have to compare 38.3 cents. So if you look at here, the number of new shares issued per the bonus on 1st July is 200,000. Yang ni I dah explain already. And now for 2008, the bonus fraction is different daripada 2007 yang ni. Tadi ni, it is 5 shares, 5 existing, and then now it becomes 6. Why? Because dapat satu bonus issue, so become 6. But for 2008, the bonus fraction is different. Now the number of shares becomes 6, okay, from the existing, which is 5. Okay, then you have to do some kind of weighted average juga. Why? Because the question mentioned that the bonus issue takes place on 1st July 2008. As what we have calculated just now, when you have when you have activity ataupun events during the accounting period, okay, so you have to do weighted average like the question mentioned here. Mana dia weighted average dia? You have to do weighted average like the question mentioned. Sebab dia buat tengah-tengah tahun ataupun bulan 3 ke whatever. So what happened here, what you can see that for this example, okay, so so what you have here, so from 1st January up until 1st July, okay, 2008, the number of shares is 1 million. You need to multiply with from January to July. 1st July, it is 6/12. And then the fraction now becomes 6/5. Why? Because macam I explained just now, bonus fraction dia. Now the shares become 6, okay, from the existing, which is 5. So 5. So now you have 1 million, multiply with 6/12, and then you multiply, then you have to multiply with 6/5 then, the fraction. So you have 600.
Madam,
Yes,
yang
600,000.
fraction tu,
Ah,
macam mana kita tahu existing tu ada 5? Sebab dia bagi tahu yang 5 times tu ke?
bukan. Yang existing tu ada 5, it is because of this one. 5 for every, dia punya fraction daripada sini. For every 5 existing shares held, dia dapat 1. 1 new shares, bonus issue.
Oh, sebab tu lah
So
2007
dia ambil,
dia 5,
yes.
6.
Yes, for 2007, you have 5 because this is the existing, and then at the end of the accounting period ataupun dia what happened in the 2008, okay, because you kena restated kan. So what happened to the 2008, the number of shares is increasing to 6. Bonus fraction dia. Okay, but for 2008, okay, for 2008, the bonus fraction, the shares at the end of after the bonus issue happened, the event of the bonus issue, the number of shares is increasing to 6 from the existing shareholders yang 5 tu. Okay?
Tapi kita kira kat first quarter je.
Yelah, sebab apa kita kira not to say first quarter but half year. First half year, sebab dia punya bonus issue declared on the 1st July. The accounting period for the question, even though they do not mention to us, but dia dah bagi tahu dekat sini, the accounting period of the question is from January to December. So meaning in the middle of the accounting period ni, dia issue bonus issue then.
Oh.
Okay. Good. A very good question.
Thank
Okay.
you, madam.
So, from 31st of December 2008, you have 1,200. Okay, this one, ni million 1,200, and this is including the bonus issue. But here you tak payah buat lagi dah the bonus fraction. Why? Because dah memang stated at the end of the year, the number of shares is 1,200. Then multiply with 6/12. So kalau ada issuance March, then it will be berapa from March to it will be 10 months kan, something like that contohnya. And then 10/12 lah kalau macam tu. Bagi you have 600,000 also. So 1,000. So you have you have 600,000. So total up it is 1,200,000. That will be the number of shares. 600 campur dengan 600. So the EPS for 2008 is equivalent to, you take the earnings. How much is the earnings? The earnings for 2008, it is 550,000. Then you divide it with the weighted average number of shares, which is 1,200,000 just now. Okay. So 550,000 divided by 1,200,000. So you will get 45.83. Sorry, 0.8. Do you get it? Then baru you make comparison. So kalau you buat comparison with 46, it is not comparable because you have bonus issue. So when you restated that one, okay, then it will be more comparable as the standard mentioned here. So to remain comparable with the EPS of previous year, comparative figures for earlier years are restated using the same increase figure. Itu maksudnya.
So maksudnya kalau kita nak restated yang EPS before year tu, kita kena just darab dengan fraction, bonus fraction tu je lah.
Yes. And then it will be display, dia akan disclose dalam annual report 2008. Dia tak disclose dalam report 2007 but then dalam report 2008. Okay? Sebab you kena restated because due to the bonus issue. Okay.
Alright.
Any question? Is that clear?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Yes. So let's try. Bella has following capital and reserve on 1st April. So you have the name of the company Bella. So has the following capital and reserve on 1st April 2009. So the share capital, so as at 1st April 2009, the share capital is 7 million. Okay, and then you have share premium, revaluation reserve, you have retained earnings. You have profit, which is 9 million. Bella makes a bonus issue of 1 share for every 7 held on 31st August 2010. So the share capital, it is 7 million. Now, you kena tengok juga nominal value dekat sini. The nominal value is 1, so the number of ordinary share is
7,000.
7,000 also. Okay, so now they want to make 1 for every 7 held. So now the bonus share issue berapa? Jadi berapa?
14.
1,000 lah, 14.
1,000.
14. So dia jadi berapa? 7,000, right? Divide by berapa?
7.
Divide by 7. So therefore the bonus issue is 1,000.
1,000.
Macam mana calculate dia? It will be this one. The number of ordinary share. So you have 7,000 just now. Okay. Dia kata divide by 7. This is the bonus issue 1. Kalau bonus issue dia 2, jarak dengan 2. Right? Do you understand? But because of the number of ordinary shares, because of the bonus issue is 1, then you multiply with 1. You get it? You get it?
Yes, we did.
I'm talking about bonus issue sekarang ni. Okay. Now, Bella's profit after tax are as follows. Okay, because of we want to do 1st April, okay, 2009. Okay, so 1st April 2009 bermakna the accounting period for this question ended on the 31st March 2009. Okay, they ended on the 31st April 2009. So for 2010, okay, for 2010 it is 750,000 profit after tax. 2011 you have 1,150 million. Now, the profit here, the retained earnings here, it is not the profit. Ini mesti dah tambah dengan Sochi. But what you have here, it is 31st. Sorry, this one baru profit after tax. Don't get confused. So now to calculate the EPS for the year ending 31st March 2011, together with the comparative EPS for 2010. So first of all, what you need to do, it is for you to calculate dulu EPS for 2010.
9. 10.
2010 lah, 2010. So EPS for 2010. I sambil I cakap tu I buat. EPS 2010. Because I'm giving you space to answer the question together. You pun kena buat. So EPS 2010, you have the profit, the earnings, 750,000 divided by the number of ordinary shares. The number of ordinary shares in the question is 7 million. How much then? You all memang very good at numbers. So let us do the numbers together then.
10.7.
10.7.
So you got 10.7 cents. Right? And then because of you have bonus issue at 2011, so you have to calculate the new restated EPS for 2010. You have 10.7 cents multiply with how much then? How much?
7/8.
7/8. Kenapa 7/8? 7 is the existing shareholders, the number of shares, existing number of shares. 8 you plus with the bonus issue. So how much then?
$9.375.
1 je decimal places.
9.4.
9.4 cents. You get it? You get it?
Yes, madam. Dapat.
Now, the accounting period. Sekejap buka charger pula. Now, the accounting period, it is 31st March. Okay, the accounting period, it is 31st March. Dia buat issuance, bonus issue tu dia declare on 31st August. So, from March, okay, from 1st April lah, 1st April 2010 sampai 31st August 2010. You kena kira weighted average number of shares. 7,000 multiply with how many months?
4.
How many months?
5.
Kira sama-sama bulan 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tak pandai congak, guna je tangan. Tak apa dalam exam pun. It is 4/12. And then on the fraction then. So now the account, the shares is become 8/7. Right? Berapa?
Madam, 4 ke 5?
4 ke 5? 5, sorry. I pula yang salah. 5. 5/12. 5/12. Thank you. Multiply with 8/7. So, berapa? Berapa dan? Berapa dan? How much? How much? How much then? Berapa jadinya?
3,300.
3,000 lah 3,000 lah. 3,333 lah, right?
Yes.
Payahlah buat 0.33 tu. And then the next accounting period, the next it is 7,000 again. Berapa dah jadinya? Berapa jadi dah? Sebab
8,000.
ada increase 8,000, very good. 8,000 multiply with how many months tinggal? How
7.
many months? 7 months. So it is berapa?
$4,667.
Okay, 4,667 and then plus with 3,333. How much?
8,000 dapat.
8,000. So now your EPS for 2011 I tak suka lah jawab dalam
8,000.
So you have how much is the capital? The share, the apa nama dia? Profit.
Profit 1 million.
1 million.
150.
Berapa?
143.
143? Mana dapat 143? Remember?
Terbalik, sorry. Tunggu ni. Yep.
14.4.
It is 14.4 cents. Everyone got that one?
Yes,
Yes,
madam.
madam. Yes, madam.
Jadi barulah boleh jadi comparable. So meaning EPS tahun lepas it is 9.4 cents. This year it is 14.4 cents. Then bila user tengok, user can see that there is an increase due to the bonus issue. So the potential investor adalah intention to invest dalam company tu. Do you understand? Do you
Yes,
understand? Okay, good. Right issue. Right issue tadi you kata apa? Dia bagi kepada existing shareholders. Okay, dia bagi kepada existing shareholders. But dia ada price. The price is usually at below the full market price. Dia different from bonus issue. Bonus issue dia bagi free, but there is no amount of money yang shareholders tu kena keluar. But this one, they contribute additional resources, but the special to the existing shareholders, the price that the shareholders needs to pay is below full market price. Therefore, they combine the characteristic of issue at full market price and bonus issue.